to this sonic ritual to reconnect with the earth. And I'm going to stop it right here, and I say hello and welcome to Sonic Sorcery, where we create magic with sound. I'm Stefan Key, your Sonic Sorcerer, and I promised you I'm going to show you the power of my latest Shamanic Dreams template, and I wanted to make a video about how to create a sound journey, how to make an ambient track, and how to make a shamanic down-tempo track, because with the Shamanic Dreams template you can create any or all of these three genres. I find that was my intention. So here we start with the video about the sound journey, and more particular I call it a sonic ritual. So what do I mean by sonic ritual? If you ask yourself like what a ritual is, then you might say it is a practice or something with an intention to perceive or receive a certain outcome. You know, like usually it's an act of magic, or like an act of manifesting something, or just, you know, focusing energy in order to get a certain outcome. And intention plays a very important part, and imagination as well in this case. So the idea was to create a journey that is not only nice and relaxing to listen to, but that also works with our inherent ability to create magic and create realities with our imagination. So I just got this idea at some point it would be beautiful to more consciously and more intentionally work with the power that we have as human beings. We are really, really powerful beings, even though we were not brought up to believe that, or we didn't get taught our magic abilities in school, but we're slowly starting to remember as humanity is waking up. And actually we're super, super powerful beings, and we create realities with our thoughts, and what we can imagine, we can create. And this is basically the foundation behind this journey. And I wanted to create something that can give back to the earth, and that can support the earth in this time of transition energetically, and also something where we can receive from the earth and give back. So basically, you know, there's three parts. If we have a look quickly at the text here. So, right, sonic rituals to re-enchant the world. That is kind of the idea behind the sonic ritual, you know, like to change the frequency, uplift the frequency, transform the frequency from a low vibration into a high vibration, using intention and sound, which equals healing, an ancient sound healing principle. Right, so here's some examples that we can think about when we think about sonic rituals. One is harmonizing with nature, or another one would be releasing negative energies, or cleansing and purifying the waters. And this one in particular is reconnecting with the earth. So this is the text that I received when I was tuning into this idea. And then this is also the text that I recorded. So what I did, I went into Ableton, into my Shamanic Dreams template, and I started very simple with just one drone. I'm going to solo that now. And nature sounds. So that was basically the foundation. So I had like a background, right? So I just started with that, just this one drone. And then I recorded the whole guidance here, which turned out to be 18 minutes in the end. And after I recorded the guidance, I then wanted to use, of course, more sounds and also specific frequencies, you know, to support that sonically and also enhance the vibration even more. So what I did, I was re-listening again, and then I was taking notes, you know. Like you can have those markers here. You can right click. If you are here below the loop selector, you go down and then you see this little speaker symbol, and then I right click, add locator, and then I can give it a name, and then I can move it around by clicking on it and putting it where I feel. And those are indicators, but they are also play buttons, right? Like if I click here, it will play back from here. So that was really helpful for me also to give me like a visual representation to see where there's a shift in the journey. Okay, and before I talk you through the arrangement and we're going to have a listen to the journey, I just wanted to show you a little bit the frequencies that I'm working with. And I use binaural beats and solfeggios. So let's have a listen and a look to the binaurals first. This time I didn't use the operator. If you're interested, how to create binaural beats with the operator in Ableton, I made a video for that you can watch. But this time I used a plugin called Golden Waves Generator, which makes it a little bit more easy, and it has this nice fancy representation of the brain waves. So basically what you can do is you can set the bass frequency and then choose the binaural beat that will be modulated upon this frequency. So I chose 111 Hertz, which is the meditative frequency, and it's also solfeggio harmonic, and it helps our brain to switch from the linear rational left brain activity to the more intuitive creative right brain. So I think that's really powerful and helpful for this kind of sonic ritual. And then the actual frequency, the actual binaural beat is 10.6 Hertz, which is a relaxed alpha brainwave state, because I didn't want like a deep meditative state. It's still good if you're still like connected to your waking consciousness in a sense, to be able to visualize those things that I'm talking about in the journey. That's why I chose the alpha and not a theta or delta or something. So the binaural beat, and if we go over here, make it a little bit louder, then you can actually hear it. Of course in the mix it has to be subtle, but now I'm just turning it on a little bit more. And then let's have a look at the solfeggios. So maybe let's solo the solfeggios now. And then it's a mix of 3 solfeggio frequencies. I can start with 174. Let's dial it up a little bit here. We are an operator. I also made a video on how to create solfeggio frequencies in operator that you can watch if you want to learn more about that. And so we have 174 Hertz, which is the connection to the earth, is the basis. And then I brought in 396 Hertz, which is the root chakra frequency, which also relates to grounding and relaxing the nervous system and letting go of fear. So all very helpful for this intention of this sonic ritual. And then 693 Hertz, sorry, 639 Hertz, which is the heart chakra frequency. So that we connecting more with our heart, opening our heart. And that's always a good thing, also to strengthen our compassion and our self-love and all those things. They have to go together, the mind with the heart, so that's why I brought in this frequency. All right, so that's it for the frequencies. Now let's have a look at the arrangement. Okay, so let's have a listen to the whole journey. I will pause at the transitions because I don't want to talk on top of the voice, of my own voice, which is guiding. So yeah, let's just have a listen from the beginning, and then I will tell you why I chose the sounds that I chose. So as I said, for the intro, just starting with the drone and nature sounds to kind of set the stage and the frequencies, of course. And here's like a sort of meditation bell from the bells and gongs. You know, it's like a Pavlovian trigger. People associate the beginning of a meditation or spiritual practice, you know, when there's a bell sound. Hello and welcome. And then there's the welcome to this sonic ritual to reconnect with the earth. I invite you to lay down on the ground or sit comfortably. We'll put up the volume a little bit, touching the ground. Ideally, you can listen to this ritual outside in nature with your headphones or speakers. But if you are not able to be in nature right now, then just try to be as comfortable as you can wherever you are, and make sure that you touch the ground or that you have a connection with the ground. Right, so this is the introduction. And now let's take a couple of deep breaths together into the belly. We inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And you can make a sound when you exhale, like release a sigh or whatever feels comfortable. And with each breath, allow yourself to relax more and more. Okay, now continue to breathe deeply into the belly. As you know, now the flute bed is coming in as we connect more with the earth. I invite you to make a conscious, intentional connection with the earth now. So I chose this, you know, because it represented for me sort of like the spirit of the earth. And at the same time, allow your whole body to relax and surrender your body and your weight fully to the ground, so that all muscles and all nerves can relax, all the tension can fade. There's nothing for you to hold right now. Just surrender and give yourself fully to the earth. And feel the embrace and the loving presence of the earth. Yeah, so this pet is the loving presence. You know, like this, what I felt was representing the most accurate, this feeling of nurturing, of love, of peacefulness, right? So this pet represents that loving presence, connecting with this loving presence. So you're sensing that you are held by the earth as one of her children. Now I invite you to connect even deeper by imagining roots made up of red light growing out of your feet into the earth. So this bell melody is representing those roots growing into the earth, the light roots. And those roots are energetic connections. And with your roots now in the earth, you can exchange information and you can communicate with the earth. And now you're now deeply connected and you can nurture each other. I work also with the Shamanic Atmos effect rack.
You can take in her loving energy.
Right, I chose some sounds,
a sense of groundedness
that represent the connection with nature
and safety. And if you like, you can imagine yourself to be a tree.
Those are the tree sounds.
Rooted and connected to the web of life. And fill yourself up with a couple of breaths filled with this unconditional love, care, and abundance.
You know, and I really recommend you to check out the Shamanic Atmos effect rack for like those kind of sounds, for transition sounds, and just, you know, to make things more interesting, or to make transitions between different sections. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you can use in your sound journeys.
That Mother Earth provides to all her children. Yourself in that beautiful, beautiful, loving, caring, abundant energy.
Right, so we're still in that moment of recharging and connecting, so more like receiving. And then before we switch to give back, there's this moment of silence, almost not really silence, but less elements, just to give this moment of integration.
Your feelings change, how your body feels different, how your cells are vibrating in gratitude and joy. And how you feel more connected and more present.
You know, also to give space to sense those sensations more easily, with not so much emotional content.
And when you feel filled up with those beautiful energies and you feel like really nurtured, then it's a good moment now to give back to her and send her codes of light and your love and your gratitude. And you can do so by connecting with your higher self.
Right, so this represents
the center of all creation, with
the higher self
itself.
Kailani, beautiful sound healing instrument.
See? That is emanating higher frequency light. And you can draw that light in to your body as you inhale.
And then the tongue drums,
and you take it in
representing the higher light,
and all the way through your body, and on the exhale through the roots the light travels into the earth.
You know, I solo them. It's a very shimmery sound. I found it perfect to represent, you know, the light that we're taking in.
Higher vibrational light that is coded with a blueprint for an update, for a higher consciousness on the planet. And you take that light in through your crown and let it go all the way through the body, along the spine, through your heart, and all the chakras, until it reaches the roots, and on the exhale, you send this energy into the earth. I invite you to imagine the grid of the earth, an electromagnetic structure that carries information and also broadcasts those informations into the collective consciousness. You can imagine it as a radio station, a divine radio station broadcasting information that is affecting the collective consciousness, the way how humans feel and think and act and behave. you can imagine that this grid is being reprogrammed by the light that you take in and that you send into the earth. You're upgrading it from a very limited and low vibrational frequency based quality with frequencies like fear, hatred, anger, control and confusion. Imagine this being transformed into higher frequencies, into more harmonious geometric light structures that express themselves into compassion, abundance, joy, creativity, and unity.
Right, so this Sansula I found beautiful for this transformation process, this energy of alchemy.
Allow yourself to connect with how that feels in your body. How does it feel to be compassionate, to have an open heart, to allow, to be present without judgment? And how does it feel to be abundant? To be able to do what you need to do when you need to do it. To always be provided with what is needed in any given moment. How does that feel?
So right, this beautiful ambient guitar is representing those high frequencies of joy, abundance, unity. Very uplifting, very magical.
And in your being. And how does joy feel? Doing something just for the fun of it, enjoying, like children playing. How does that feel?
And then
creativity and inspiration. How does that feel to be inspired and to be creative and excited to use your unique gifts and talents?
So this pad sound coming in is representing like this new version of Earth, this transformed version where those qualities are embodied and expressed, right? So this like this heaven on earth sensation that we're actually heading for, I believe. We're still in the process of transition, but like rituals like that, I'm sure will help quickening the process. That's why I'm doing this.
Overcoming the illusion of separateness. Feeling the connection of all things, the web of life, connecting you with everything else and everybody else, seen and unseen. Really visualize how this grid around the earth, this electromagnetic structure, gets more harmonized and elevated and updated with those beautiful frequencies, those beautiful harmonic geometry light codes that you just expressed and created from within. And now send those feelings around the globe. Visualize, however you want to visualize this beautiful energy, and send it around the globe, so that the whole planet is engulfed in this beautiful frequency. And then take a moment to imagine and visualize how a world and a society would look and feel like if those frequencies would be present everywhere. How would society change? How would your life change if the main principles would be compassion, abundance, joy, creativity, and unity?
And then another beautiful ambient guitar, also like very uplifting, like representing this beautiful elevated new world,
comes up as a feeling or an image or a thought or an idea. And know deep within that whatever you can imagine, you can only imagine because it is already a possible parallel reality existing right here, right now. The more we allow ourselves to be in that frequency, the more we will manifest the reflection of this version of Earth, where those qualities are already present right here, right now. And now take a moment for gratitude. Gratitude is a very high frequency, a very high vibration. Just tune in with what you are grateful for right now, in this moment in your life.
And then as we're coming to an end, everything is slowly fading out. Acknowledge yourself for taking the time to go on this journey, for actively creating a higher vibrational expression of your reality by choosing so and by taking part in this sonic ritual. So I just also want to mention that I didn't do a lot of mixing here because in the template it's already pre-mixed, like the sounds are already mixed and arranged in a way that they don't need much further mixing to already sound the way they sound now. Of course, you can always go deeper and shape the sounds to your taste, but basically all I did was changing the volume and then changing the panorama and the stereo field, like moving some sounds more, to the left and to the right, like as you can see here, panning a little bit, and that's pretty much it for the mixing. So if you are new, to all of this, then I feel that the template can be like a huge Kickstarter to get you going to express your guided meditations or your sonic rituals. And I hope you found this video inspired to create your own sonic rituals. As I said, I believe our imagination and intention is super powerful and highly undervalued and underrated. And if you have created something, or if this has inspired you, let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching. Many blessings from Costa Rica, and I see you in the next video.